So why isn't this shortage of oil and increase in gas prices causing a green revolution? Big solar projects are facing major delays. The challenge is that clean energy grid plans are running into a lot of red tapes. There just aren't enough affordable electric cars. The US is wasting time on expensive, overseas energy sources when there should have been a cleaner energy source. The country's reluctance to take climate change seriously led to them being unprepared. The US is risking becoming even more dependent on fossil fuels as well. The problem is not unique to the United States. Leaders across the globe are warning that the invasion of Ukraine is causing energy shortages, something they think could have been avoided, and finances and economics. John F. Kerry suggests that nations might be thinking that fossil fuels can help them during this time of instability. This instability has seen gas prices skyrocket to $5 per gallon, which is the all-time high for any nation in history. Consumers are eager for more wind and solar. Companies who want to go hard on green energy are facing wait lists, and as a Pew poll showed, 2/3 of Americans prefer alternative energy to fossil fuel. The US doesn't currently have any type of tax on carbon emissions, nor does it have a system to keep track of what industries are releasing the gases and putting a limit on them. The halting approach from the US government has seen solar panel installs drop, meaning there are fewer projects. There was a 24% decline in solar installations in the first quarter of 2022 compared to the first quarter of 2021. The holdup largely stems from a Commerce Department investigation into alleged tariff dodging by Chinese manufacturers. Lots of solar projects were canceled because the government made them worry about a big penalty. This is stopping new jobs from being created and increasing the emissions which cause global warming. The lack of strong federal policies to encourage investment in solar manufacturing left American companies unequipped to fill the void. It seems like the US is finally making some headway in its transition to cleaner electricity. They installed record amounts of clean power energy in that first quarter, but the rate of growth has slowed and will probably take a dip soon. The country is not alone in this predicament. The US is not making the cuts it needs to meet its emissions targets, according to a new study by researchers at the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, the Electric Power Research Institute, and other institutions. A transmission line that would have created clean energy at high levels was voted down by the main people. The energy the power plant could have produced is enough to power up to 900,000 homes in New England. Some local conservation groups don't like the plan to build a power line because it could be an environmental menace in Maine's North Woods, and hydroelectric power is bad for the environment. To fragile aquatic ecosystems. But the strongest opposition came from greedy energy companies who don't want to change their ways and can afford an expensive campaign, which is why they spent $24 million against the transmission line. The project, which is being stalled, has been a critical component of the climate plan in Massachusetts. That's why a lot of people are asking the courts to get it back on track. Its difficulties are indicative of a broader nationwide challenge in building transmission lines for all kinds of clean energy. The Department of Energy released a report that states that 60% of transmission systems need to be expanded by 2030. They may need to triple in capacity by 2050. Government programs / tax credits that are encouraging zero's met emitters are sending mixed signals. Some tax credits are expiring, but the benefit of such cars is still up for debate. Congress gives automakers more time to put more electric cars in showrooms. It's imperative that the US and other countries step up production to meet their goal of making transportation carbon neutral by 2050, Bloomberg New Energy Finance finds in a recent report. To reach the goal, we would have to have zero-emission cars take up 61% of all vehicles sold worldwide by 2030. Today, the Biden administration announced a plan to install hundreds of thousands of new charging stations that will help speed up the transition. Pretty nice, right? Feds will also give you $7,500 to make electricity costs a thing of the past. They can't buy used cars with it.